Hi everyone, this is Diane. It is another weekend of using up scraps for me. I did the whole month of February. I think I missed one weekend because I spent most of my time with my daughter that weekend. But I'm planning on doing all the weekends in March also. Doing things with scraps, getting rid of some scraps. So, as I said yesterday, I have been organizing my laces, and I had this little glove box, vintage glove box that I use for my lengths of ribbon that won't wrap around a card because they're too short. And if they fit in this length, I put them in here, and it was pretty full. And look how low it is now. So I've been working on using some of those up. I did some of that in yesterday's video. And I have these little containers that I have near my sewing machine, and I use these for little pieces of fabric. This one is for, well, one of these is for tiny little pieces of fabric, and this one is for slightly bigger pieces of fabric that can be used for fabric flips, clusters, and then I have another one of these little ones for little tiny bits of lace. So last night, I dumped both of these out, the little bits of fabric and the little bits of lace, and once I sew all of these together, I made clusters. And when I sew these all together, these will be empty. So hooray for me. Look at all of these clusters that I made. All I did was, put the little pieces of fabric, add some lace if I wanted to, and pin them. So I do have to do the sewing, but I think I'll take that a little at a time. I don't want to sit for a whole session and sew all these. I mean, I'd like to have them all done, but this one has some longer pieces in it too. But I just don't want to sit for as long as it would take to sew these, because I have other things to do. At the bottom of this is just a scrap of quilt, and I'm just going to sew it onto a page edge just like that. So I'm calling that complete. And I also have this that I just will sew on as a tab. So this is just a scrap of this woven ribbon that I didn't want to throw away. The same with this one, a little tab. And then these are little pinked, are they 3x3? 2.5 by 2.5, and they will make tabs also. So I'm calling these ready to go on a page. I guess it won't be empty. I saved these little pieces because I didn't want to throw them away. There were little bits left that I just tossed. So, but I used most of it. I threw away very little. So these are ready to go to the sewing machine. Once I had these put together, I also used some out of here and some lace out of here, and I put together some fabric flips. And again, I have to sew these. I used some leftover pieces of a flower bag that I had, a couple pieces of flower bags. And I made sure I did some for the daffodil and tulip journal. So I have some yellow and green for the daffodil journal. Some of these yellows were not in my scrap bucket. I had to select some larger pieces in order to make those. But all the tulip ones were in the scrap bucket. I just did some pinks and reds, greens and yellows. This is kind of a reddish orange. So those are ready to be sewn together. And I'm pleased with the progress I made on emptying this, or using some of it anyway. Oops. So I should spend my Scrapistry time today sewing those together, but I did not want you to have to watch me sew. I didn't think you'd enjoy that, just sewing little bit after little bit after little bit. So I decided to get out these pockets that I made in yesterday's video. I think I made some more after I turned the camera off. And I have some little embellishments in front of me that I can choose from to do some embellishing on these. So if you didn't see yesterday's video, I just took some scraps of cardstock from that bin, my scrap bin, and I took laces out of that glove box and just applied laces to my scraps. And some of them I will leave as they are, and others, this one I think needs embellishment. So I found this antique calling card, and I don't want the name on there. So this is a digital number. I'm just gonna attach that right there, and I'll call that good. Looking for my glue. I might sew around the card, but today I'm just gonna glue. Once the glue is dry, I can sew around it if I want to. My glue bottle is very drippy. And where'd my number go? Didn't get glued on there, did it? Nope. I'll find it after I turn the camera off, but for now, I'll find another one. These are ephemera numbers. Forgot the name of the digital shop. I will link the shop below, but I forgot what they're called, but this one is red, this one is pink, and this one is green. And that's those colors are in the name of the kit, and they're just little ephemera pieces, lots of numbers and some labels. So I used a red box and a pink box and a green box, and I store them in my big photo box that holds these. And I'm still working on cutting them. I have the green all cut, and I'm almost done cutting the pink and the red. I think I didn't print all of the pages. I did with the green, and then once I got to the pink and the red, I thought I don't need all of these, so I just didn't print every single page. But I think they'll come in handy. So like I was looking for something that would go with this red, so I looked in my red box. I'm going to have to stand this glue up. It's full. It's a full bottle, so I don't think it's a problem to stand it up. So this is all ready to go on as a pocket. This corner is rounded, so I'm going to round this corner. There. Now we have a pocket. Then I have this one, and there's plenty of room here to add an embellishment. I also have some Tim Holtz people here. This is just the box of ladies. Some of the ladies are with children. Let's see if I have one small enough. Looks like all the big ones are on top. I like that couple. I'm going to put all the big ones on the bottom. Don't know why the dog ended up in there. I think the other dogs are in. I have two boxes with children. I think the dogs are in with those, with the children, most of them. Okay, so I can put this on here. Do I need something else on the background? Nope, I think I'm just going to keep it simple. Look at that glue. Feels like spring today. Nice and warm. Very, very windy. It's Sunday afternoon as I'm doing this. There. There's another pocket ready to be used. I have some phrases. These are Tim Holtz chipboard words and also some digital words. And I have these black and white ephemera pieces. Some of these were cut out of a book and some are Tim Holtz ephemera. Yep, I think I'll just, well, let me audition a few more of these pieces just to make sure. Don't want a bug. He can just go away. I will never use the bug. I like the label. I think I might just leave that one as it is. This one I think I need to put something on. Let me see if I have flour. Sorry. I may have looked for a flower yesterday and did not come up with anything satisfactory. That one's not bad. It fits on there. It's a subtle color. I wouldn't mind a darker pink. I think that's the best one. Oh, I got some of my hair in there. My hair is everywhere. Let's look at some ribbon. I think that helps. Just going to put some of this on the satin part. I'm going to go get my nails done tomorrow because it's been 4 weeks, and I usually do it at 3 weeks because the nail grows and the base is colorless, but this is a neutral color and it doesn't show up that bad. And I was very busy, but I have a lot to do tomorrow too. And I looked on the website and they're open on Sundays, so I was thinking about going today. But I don't know. My daughter wants to get hers done tomorrow, so I might just wait and go with her. And I love this color, and I want to get it again, but I get bored easily, so I alternate between a darker color and a lighter color, so I think I'm going to go with a darker color tomorrow. That's a much prettier card now. Pocket. This one also can use some embellishment. Let's try some of these pink things. Maybe a stamp. Openings are on the backs of these. Look at some slightly larger stamps. Whoops, I turned 2 pages. Probably a good idea to not embellish these until I'm ready to put them in a journal, but these can go in eclectic journals if I don't make journals that are really specifically designed for these. This is just my little box of circles. This is 4 items, and I like to use odd, but maybe the lace could count as the 5th. Yeah, I think I will. Because I think the yellow adds a nice pop, so I want to add that yellow. If I decide to round the corners when I use it, I will. I have 2 brown, and they could both go in the same journal. Here's a blue one. Let's try some of these black ones again. Got some glue on my nail and the stuff is sticking to it. I like the butterfly the best. Got 2 pink ones. Well, let's see what's in this. Sometimes I forget what I have in here. These might be great. I've got some digital pieces and some Tim Holtz ephemera pieces that look like calling cards and tea cards, cigarette cards. That is striking on there. I like that. Birds look pretty on there. I'll zip that up later. I know some in this pile I'm just going to leave without adding embellishments. These two could go in the same journal. They could even go in the same journal as these. Pink. This one I think I will leave as it is. Maybe I could put a word over here. This is a very thick chipboard. I'm going to peel some of the layers off. I think that helps. I like that. So if you want something quick and easy to do, to make pockets, if you have scraps of cardstock and scraps of lace, it's fun to combine them into pockets, and then if you have embellishments, makes it even more fun. Here's another one that needs something, I think. These are digital stamps. It might be a little too big. This is antique lace. I don't want to cover it all up. Ooh, tulips. I'll set that aside from the tulip journal. That looks pretty. But I want to do something else to this. I'm going to go grab some metallic paper and punch a shape out to put behind that. I just grabbed my whole stack of metallic paper. What shape I want to put behind it, so I got a few punches. This is really too shiny, I think. This is that pack of paper that I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna have to look for something else that's not quite so shiny, but this is the candy paper. If I put it with a piece of cardstock, maybe it'll punch out okay. Well, that's just about perfect. Like it. And now I have that. Those are my little scraps. I like the texture it creates. This is foil, so it presses down into that textured lace. I like that. You're not going to see much of it, but you'll see a little bit. This one I'm going to leave as is. I'm not going to add an embellishment to it, but maybe I'll punch the corners. I have a deco and stub, like ticket stub. Let's do the deco. Okay, we can add an embellishment to this one. I have all these labels too. These are digitals. Well, some of them are digitals and some are ones I stamped on old book pages with my label stamps. This one I stamped with blue ink. Don't really want a hedgehog on that lace though. It just doesn't seem to be the right thing. I guess I did stamp these out of a school book. Table salt is a compound. I like that one. It looks elegant enough to go on the lace. Regina Bouquet Extract, a new triple extract. Forest Flower Cologne. It would look better on something like that. I don't want to waste this digital though. I have it in a smaller size. It covers up the whole word. Yeah, I'm going to layer it. This is a digital. I can print it again. I guess it doesn't matter if it's upside down. Except there's a design around it that shows it would probably look better right side up. The little top part of the S shows, but you can't tell it's a part of a letter. This one I will leave as it is because it's pretty. And this one I used my paper cutter that cuts in a wave. I'll leave that one as it is. And this one, nice pretty embroidered lace. I just added this little trim at the bottom to finish it off. This one, we could add something to that. I like the looks of that. That's a piece of eyelet and a little decorative strip that I cut out of a magazine. Pioneer Woman. I don't know what Strebog means, but there it is. And then we have this one, which I'll just leave that. This one I think I wanted to add something to. I stamped this on an old ledger with a shopping list. Bread, tobacco, flour, bread, and something else. These two are the last ones. I don't know if I'm going to add anything to this one. Look in here, let's see if there's something we can add along with that label. This is someone's signature that came out of the flyleaf of an antique book. I just think it's Aurelia Pasqualine. I don't know. Not sure if that's what it says, if I'm translating those letters properly, but I guess that's not what I want for this. I'm just looking for something that will accent these colors nicely. That's a possibility. This is stamped on coffee dyed tracing paper. Now, we have this going vertically or horizontally and this horizontally, and I like this because it's more vertical. The lines of the corrugation are vertical. But if I add this, then all of the elements would be horizontal. Which one do I want to put back? This one. So I think I'll just go with what I have. I don't want to take up too much time. Let me just try these sunflowers. These are sunflowers that I stamped onto the handmade paper and a craft paper. I like the color of this one. We're going to go with that. Oops, pardon me. It's hard to access those binders when I'm filming. But it's really nice having all these different pieces of ephemera. Maybe once I'm all done organizing things, maybe I will do a video on all of my ephemera storage, because I have it stored in multiple ways. And I think it's a real problem for most of us, storing our ephemera, so that it's tidy but easily accessible, easy to put away. And I have been honing and refining mine for a long time. There are elements about some of the storage that are not 100% perfect, but it's working for me. I think it needs a little something else down here in this corner. These are yet another ephemera pack with numbers and other things. Nope. I saw a color here I wanted. I think that was it. I'm going to leave this as it is, I think. Just look at a label or two. This is actually a label that I stamped around a name in a ledger. It says Flora Hollenbeck. And I kind of like that. And I might have to cut this a little bit narrower when it's ready to go in a book, because this is a little bit wide. So I'll put this over here, and if I need to, I can chop it off over here. That's a simple little embellishment. And I've embellished all of my pockets that I thought needed embellishing. That one we didn't, or that one. I did add a label to that one. This one we left alone. So you can't get much simpler than this. For making pockets. Not bad. For 2 days work, I got these done in 2 days, plus these that we did yesterday. Oops, not that. These we just glued to white cardstock and added lace at the top. So they're ready to go. And all of my fabric pieces that I need to sew together. Got quite a bit done for Scrapistry this weekend. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you are scrapping along with me and finding some inspiration and trying to keep things simple while you use up some stash and scraps. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.